Welcome back to Random Thoughts. This is Dee Marie. We are here with Ashley.
Hello.
Welcome back, Ashley. All right, so I've invited you here because I was on Instagram just randomly and I was looking at your many Instagram pages. We got Blessed and Beautiful Art, Blessed and Beautiful Henna, Blessed and Beautiful Paintings?
No, nails.
Nails.
Mm-hmm. And then I have like an adventures one.
I have that. Nails, henna, art. Okay, and adventures.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I would love to talk to you about it.
Okay.
Because as long as I've known you, everything's been blessed and beautiful.
Yeah.
And
I even wear a ring that says blessed every day.
guys, make sure you check out her Instagrams. I'm gonna make sure to put them in the comments in the below. But my first question was like, what motivates you to create? Like, what made you go, hey, you know what? I want to create blessed and beautiful nails. I want to create blessed and beautiful art.
My motivation is boredom. Like, I have to constantly be doing at least one thing at a time, preferably 3 things at a time. Like, and even if it looks like I'm only doing one thing at a time, there's like 2 other things going on inside of my head at the same time. And I have a hard time settling on one thing. Like, every time that I commit myself to doing one thing, I'm thinking about how I should be doing something else because I just get bored really easily. So I try to give myself a variety of things.
Okay.
But I think it's a detriment. Like, I feel like if, like, everybody that I know for the most part is like, instead of doing 10 things, do one thing and just be really great at that one thing.
I have the same problem. And
Yeah.
I did try to do that as well by focusing on photography.
Mhm.
But then I felt like I wasn't doing enough.
Yeah.
And it just was like, no.
And it's not edifying because, like, I if I'm, like, it's too hard for me to pick the one thing because then I feel like I'm just thinking about the other things that I want to do.
Yeah. How did you come up with Blessed and Beautiful as like the name? The umbrella
It
name.
started with the nails and blessed because, like, it just every day is a blessing. Everything and every day and everybody, everything is a blessing, just in general. The big, giant umbrella of blessing. So that just seemed obvious to me, the blessed part. And then beautiful because, like, what do you want your nails to be? You want your nails to be beautiful. So blessed and beautiful.
Yeah.
So then I just stuck with blessed and beautiful for everything else.
I like it. I mean, it gives you a brand.
Mhm.
People hear Blessed and Beautiful, they think of Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. All right. So of the mediums you work with, what is your favorite?
Right now it's henna just because it's giving me the most money. And I feel like I have the most creative freedom with henna.
Mm-hmm.
So many times when I'm at henna events, although I have a board with designs on it, so many people sit down and they're like, just do whatever. And I kind of hate when they say that, but then I'm like, they want you to do whatever, so do whatever.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be disappointed with whatever you do. So it's kind of like helping me to break out of my box because I'm probably like the least creative artist, if that makes sense. Like,
Yes, please explain,
So,
elaborate.
it's hard for me to freely create.
Okay.
When I create, it's like based on an idea and I'm using some kind of point of a reference to create. Like, for example, I also do cookies, which falls under the category of blessed and beautiful art, I believe. So all of my cookie designs that I've done are under my art Instagram, but I like bake cookies for special events and, you know, I'm looking at a design that falls into the category of whatever the event is, and I'm just copying that design 100 times on cookies.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not me creating a design and making that cookie.
So it's not like an original design. It's like an inspiration from another design.
And like so many times I've tried to sit there with a blank canvas and just paint and I can't. Like, I need to be assigned something. Like,
so even if you're given, like, let's say someone says, I need you to create something ethereal, you couldn't just hear the word ethereal and work from there. You'd have to like do research on ethereal artwork in order to get there.
yeah.
Okay.
like, I don't know. I think, I don't know if it's just my own insecurity and me not trusting my own perception of what things mean to other people,
Mm-hmm.
or like that my version of ethereal would align with someone else's version of ethereal. But like, even when people tell me like, oh, just do whatever, I'm like, okay, but do you want like flowers incorporated into the design, or do you want more like paisley designs, or like give me some point of reference, like
Mm-hmm.
look at these other designs on the board and tell me what you like from the other designs, and I could compile them into one design for you,
Yeah.
like custom to you.
I can understand that though, especially if you don't know the
Yeah.
people. It's really hard because I feel like I was the same with graphic
Mm-hmm.
design. Like I would never just go someone say, "Oh, I want this," and I go, "Yeah, here."
Yeah.
I would definitely do research on other types. Like if someone wanted me to create like a restaurant website, I definitely was looking at restaurants that were similar to that in order
Yeah.
to get the idea.
Right.
So I agree with you there. Like
Yeah.
that's tough. But like, so your most of your work is for other people. It's not like you're ever like just creating for you.
No. Like, even when I make things for myself, I'm like, okay, how could I sell this? Now, I there are some pieces that I keep for myself. Like, I have a lot of my artwork hanging up like in my living room and in my bedroom. Especially diamond art.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's like just a craft. I haven't, like, I will make diamond art pieces for other people.
Yeah.
But most of the time it's just for me. Like, it's just a mental, you know how some people do like crossword puzzles,
Mm-hmm.
or like Sudoku or something, which I still do those things too. But diamond painting is one of those things where it's just like, it's something mindless that you could do, where you could
Yeah.
have a finished product as a result of that. I'm a strong believer in wasting your time doing productive things,
I agree.
which is why I don't like people who, I don't want to, let me rephrase that. I don't not like people who play video games. I just prefer that they do something better with their time, because they're spending hours and hours and hours to invest in something that isn't tangible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless you plan on being a pro gamer where you're being on like a esport team making money, and unless you're making money from your gaming, or you're streaming and you're being compensated monetarily through YouTube or something like that, like, to just sit in your room and play games, it absolutely drives me insane, because I think of the life that you're wasting without anything tangible to show for it. So if I'm going to waste my time doing something, it's going to be something that I could show something for it.
Is where you're from represented in your artwork?
Not really. I can't really say that anything that I do, well, now that I think about it, a little bit, because like I said, my primary medium right now is henna, and the reason why I even started doing henna is because my mother used to work at a call center when we lived in Chicago, and in the reservation center there was a lot of Indian women that worked there. And I went to the company parties and I saw that they had henna, and I told my mom like how awesome I thought it was, and I begged her to like ask one of the women that she worked with to like teach me how to do it. And so she talked to one of those women. They invited us over to their house and they showed me how they make the henna, and they showed me how they like, you know, design with the henna, and they gave me like a henna cone to take home. And so like for several months I was like immersed in henna, and then I just shelved it and forgot about it. And then during COVID, I saw like something in a magazine or on TV or something of someone with henna, and like it jogged my memory that that's something that I used to do, and I was like, I want to do that again. So I
Yeah.
went and picked up a henna cone, and I started like just doing henna on myself. And one of my friends at Free Spirited Artistry, who owns her own business that does like face painting and you know, fairy hair and balloon stuff and just does parties, she was like, that's awesome. I could give you jobs to work where you're doing henna for people. And I was like, no, I'm good. Like, I just didn't want to deal with the responsibility of it.
Yeah.
But then, like, times got tough and I needed money. And I was like, book me a gig. I need money. Let me do henna somewhere. And so then she started putting me on her roster. And so I think Chicago does have a link to what I'm doing now.
Yeah, like it came back from your
Yeah.
past. That's
Mhm.
nice. How do you define success as an artist?
Success as an artist, I used to perceive it in the form of monetary gain. Like, you're not successful as an artist unless you have the money to prove that your art is worth something to someone.
Okay.
But now I feel like success as an artist is the happiness that you bring people and what emotions are evoked when people view your art.
Yeah.
Whether it's me doing nails and someone just feeling more feminine when they have their nails done, or more confident when they have their nails done, or me giving them henna and again them just feeling more expressive about themselves through the art on their hands, or even someone buying a painting from me and that painting means something to them that may not even have necessarily been my intent when I made it. It has made a connection to them in a certain way. That's what I define success as now, just the emotional impact that you have on the people that get to benefit from your art.
I completely 100% agree. Yeah. And what to even like add on to that, if they see what I saw when I was creating it, like
you
they
get me.
Yes, they understand me. I'm like, oh, yes, thank you. I got what I was thinking across. It happened. Okay. Have you ever thought of becoming a full-time artist?
Yes. I've strongly considered becoming a full-time artist, and I've been working on ways to make that happen, but it's all about just me coming outside of my comfort zone to put the stepping blocks down so that I could cross that bridge and get there, and overcoming the hurdles of my self-doubt. But I think that it's definitely feasible. And I definitely think that once I execute the plan, that it will be very profitable.
What is your goal for your Blessed and Beautiful creations?
Just to create a brand for myself, to have one space, whether that be a website, whether that be a location, whether it be, I don't know, whatever, just one hub of Blessed and Beautiful creations, nails, art, henna, everything, where I can be accessible to those who are looking for a way to express themselves and to bring them out of their shells. Because there's a lot of people that doubt their own creative abilities, and I believe everybody can be an artist, and that art is subjective, and that art is freeing and therapeutic, and that even if you don't think that you're a good artist, that you should try art because it's gratifying.
I completely agree with that. I am going to share all of the links to all of your Instagrams, but if you had to pick one that people were like, I'm only going to follow one of your Instagrams, what would one that you would want them to pick be?
I will say that the one that I'm more active on is my Blessed and Beautiful Adventures. That's more of like my personal one, but I also do like reviews of local restaurants and locations. And so if you're not really interested in the creative parts of what I do, and you're more interested in just discovering the parts of your city that you may not know, and trying new places to eat and have fun in new places, or see a movie, because I also do movie reviews on there.
She does.
Blessed and Beautiful Adventures would be the one, I guess. But second to that, if I had to pick one of my creative ones, I would say Blessed and Beautiful Henna. Although I will say that this Christmas season, I have a Christmas job where I'm doing Christmas henna. I've not been posting any pictures lately, even though I've been like really successful this season. Thank God for the blessings. I just haven't had the time to take the pictures. There's so much going on that I don't even think
it's like a good thing, bad thing.
Right, yeah.
Because there's so much going on.
Yeah, but if you go on there now, you're going to be like, she hasn't posted in a while.
Well, that's why you have a December photo dump. Yeah. Like when you're sitting around Christmas, you're done opening presents. What I'm saying
is I haven't been taking pictures at all.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, the month isn't over. Take some pictures.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again, Ashley, for joining us and talking to us about all of your Blessed and Beautiful creations.
Thank you. I feel like this is a first, like, full circle moment, because like basically the first time that we met for the second
We
time.
did,
It
yes.
was about
was to record an
Yeah.
episode for your blessed and beautiful nails.
So it's kind of like a full circle.
It is.
Check-in.
Everyone, check out all of the links below. I am going to share all of Ashley's work. Make sure you check it out. I follow her on everything. Make sure you subscribe so you can see more of our lovely faces, because Ashley loves to get down and do videos with me all the time. And we will check you out later. Have a good one.
Bye.